thank you once again for tuning in, guys, and you're joining me, Tommy Joe, and I'm back out. It's been 11 days since I was last out due to family commitments, and I just wasn't able to get out, but I'm back out. Things seem to be on the up at home with the little boy. He's been unwell, to be honest, so he's back home. Things are on the up, so I've managed to get myself back out. I'm fishing one of my marks that I like to fish on a small tide. It's not somewhere I would fish on a big tide. It's a 22-foot tide. Now, I'm not a fan of small tides, but these small tides give you opportunity to fish marks that are fast moving water, deep, and you just can't hold bottom on a big tide. But on these smaller tides, you can. So I'm not even set up yet. I've literally just come down behind me here, and I'm sat in my box having 5 minutes before I get all the gear up together. We've got about an hour or so before dark. It's an ebbing tide, low water. Over here it's just before midnight tonight, but it is a school night, a work night, so not sure what time I'll stay out till, but we'll just see how the fishing is really. No specific target tonight. Just one rod's going to be fishing big baits, which could be a hush, doggies, obviously the doggies, but hush, conger, that sort of thing, you never know. And then the other rod, I'm going to fish smaller baits and just try and get a mixed bag. I haven't been out for that long, so I just want to try and get a bend in the rod really. So keep tuned and let's see what we can find. There's a pod of dolphins, or porpoise, I think they're porpoise to be fair, right in front of me here. Look at these. Literally, I've just put my big rod out, well, my big bait rod out. I thought I have to show these off, do you know what I mean? Look at that, fantastic, isn't it? Now if they're here, there just has to be fish on this mark. This is most probably one of the deepest marks that I fish here on Anglesey, to be fair. It's really, really, really deep. But the tide pull here is horrendous. It rips through here. I cast that there 2 o'clock, and as you can see there now it's at about 11 o'clock, so it's pulled right round. I'll let it settle and I'll set my clutch. But yeah, there's a big pod of dolphins. They're working up and down this bay. You can see the rip out here, do you know what I mean? The dolphins are working up and down this bay, or the porpoises. So yeah, there's always porpoises around here, to be fair, but they've got to be feeding on something, and whatever they're feeding on, there's got to be fish chasing them. So confidence are high, but I'm on a high anyway because it's my first time out in a while, and that's not like me. Well, that bait's hardly touched, to be fair. Been out there now a good half hour, but yeah, hardly touched that. So let's get it back out. Oh yeah, the rod's bouncing away here. What's going on here? Pull that down. So this is the rod with a 3-hook flapper and the small baits. Let's see who we've got. We're definitely into something. Definitely quite a lot of weight there. Yeah, it's a dogfish. But looks like a fairly sized dogfish. We'll measure it for the big fish pools. Wasn't expecting it to come that close in. It's chasing something here. Oh, there it is. couple of them here now. There's one by here. There's one out there. Oh yeah, what's that? That's a proper bite. It's all going off here, boys and girls. Yeah, there's a big pod of them coming through now. I think it's about 7 or 8 of them all together, but I'm not getting them all coming up at the same time in the same area. Yeah, another doggy. Oops. Another doggy, not as big as the other one, but it's a doggy, and it's a bend in the rod. Let's get it back. Well, I've had to put a coat on, and it's nothing to do with being cold. This is definitely the warmest night I've had on the rocks or out fishing at all this year. It's really warm, but there's a bit of a rain, and I don't want to get wet because I don't want to catch a cold. I've got a big trip coming up next week that's been planned for a few months, and I'm really excited towards it. All being well, I'll be on that trip, so there'll be a bit of footage from that one. So if you've watched a couple of my videos, on my recent video I talked about studs in boots and that I use self-tappers. So here's a little clip before I come out tonight that I put together just to show you exactly what I meant. Because some people have asked, are you really putting self-tappers in your boots? Yes, I am. They're in there now. I don't know if you can see them, but they're in there now. But there's a clip anyway, so you can see exactly what I do. It makes a massive difference on the rocks. And I won't put anything in my videos that isn't true. It's all bits of advice from me. Obviously it's my personal opinion, bits of advice that I try and put in my videos. So we're back onto the studded boots one tonight really. I know it's falling back onto the last video a little bit, but this clip will explain exactly what I mean and how I do it. And trust me, it makes a massive difference. So it's basically just self-tappers in the shoes. Just like that. Obviously make sure they don't go all the way through, so they go into your foot, and I just like to put them in the heel. As you can see, I've got a couple of old ones there that have been in there for about 6 months, and I've just put some fresh ones in the back ready for tonight's session. And that's it, self-tappers just like that, and just fire them away with a drill. Nice simple boot studs. Bit of weight on it again, fishing right down the side. Oh, got this one. Yeah, we've got 2 species. We got a whiting and a doggy. Whiting and a doggy. Well, I'm down to 1 rod. The rain's coming down quite heavy now. So I'm going to let this rod fish for the next 10 minutes and then pack up. I've pulled my coat off because it's just too warm. So spring, guys, is definitely here. Well, almost here. Most probably get a frost now tomorrow, I've said that. So just a little bit of a chat really. So say thank you everybody for following the channels. It's really much appreciated. And I've got loads of exciting things planned for the coming year. But I'd like to give the followers a bit of a say really. So if there's something that you'd like to see, whether it be catching dogfish, I can guarantee that. But no, on a serious note, if there's something that interests you and you'd like to see a little bit more of, drop a message, and if it's within my powers of being able to do it, then I'll have a go. And yeah, I don't know if it's just anything really, if it's rig making, anything that you think that you'd like to see, a bit more bass fishing, flounder fishing, anything really. So yeah, I try and answer all the comments. I gotta be honest, I don't know who I'm talking to on some of the comments because you're subscribed as just numbers or nicknames or whatever, but I do appreciate it, and I definitely try and answer everybody to the best of my ability. So just in the middle of talking to you there, then I noticed a big slack liner, but unfortunately nothing came of it. The rocks are now really wet and slippy, so I'm going to call it a night, pack up. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, keep safe, keep fishing, keep chasing them dreams.